Welcome back, Gameyaaad family. Thank you very much for joining us. I hope you are doing well out there, wherever in the world you are, and thank you again for joining us for another video. Now, I will be providing an update on the West Indies Championship games. As you know, today would have been the last and final day in the first round, and we have some great news to share with you. Now, I did not get a chance to give you an update on day 3 with regards to the Harpy Eagles and the Pride, the Barbados Pride. So I will do that, update up front before I go on to the other games. Now, to be honest with you, I thought initially that the Guyana Harpy Eagles and the Barbados Pride game would have been a drawn game, given that Barbados Pride would have made 346 in their first innings, and the Guyana Harpy Eagles, they responded with 382. And with 2 days to go, I thought that this game would have been drawn, but cricket is such an unpredictable sport, and it just shows you that you need, as a team, you need to concentrate for the full 4 days, right? Otherwise, you will, get, run over, as to what Guyana did to Barbados. Now, the Guyana Harpy Eagles kicked off their defense of their West Indies Championship title with a dominant 10-wicket win over the Barbados Pride, right? The Harpy Eagles carried on to 382 of 101.5 overs in their first innings, after starting the day on 315 for 3 and trailing the Pride by 31 runs. Matthew Ford added to his excellent debut with 5 for 69 from 19.5 overs to lead the Pride, while Jahir McAllister added 2 wickets while conceding 68 runs in 13 overs. Trailing by 36, Barbados were blown away for just 112 runs in their second innings, and they would have faced just 41.4 overs, leaving the Harpy Eagles needing just 77 runs for victory. Captain Raymond Reefer led the way with 37, while Jonathan Drakes and Kevin Wickham made 26 and 23 respectively. Debutant Richie Lucknow added to his 4 for 69 in the first innings with 5 for 23 of 11.4 overs to lead the demolition with his off-spin. Ronaldo Ali Mohammed provided good support with 2 for 36 from 9 overs. The Harpy Eagles openers Ajarine Chandapal and Matthew Nando then guided the defending champion to victory without losing a wicket. Chandapal made 40 not out, while Nando finished on 33 not out, as they needed 28 overs to reach the 78 without loss. Now, scores in the match, as I said before, Barbados would have made 346 in their first innings. The Guyana made 382 in their first innings. Barbados were skittled out for 112 in the second innings. Guyana would have won the match 78 without loss. That was a comprehensive win by the defending champion. You know that Guyana has been winning this championship, ever so often. Out of the 9 years, they would have won 7 championships out of the 9 championships, right? So Guyana has been really dominant in this format of the regional tournament. All right, let us jump over to the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, where the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, they would have been taking on the combined campuses and colleges team. and the Red Force, they would have completed, a 75-run win over the combined campuses and colleges team. And this victory was led by left arm spinner Harry Pierre. He would have bowled a brilliant spell. He would have taken 7 for 40, and the Red Force wasted no time in wrapping up the proceedings as the CCC, who would have resumed the final day on 90 for 1, crumbled under relentless pressure and were dismissed for 207. Despite half-century from Damel Evelyn, 57, who resumed on 46, and an even 50 from Shakiri Paris, the combined campuses and colleges resistance was short-lived. Pierre orchestrated a middle-order meltdown, which triggered a dramatic collapse that saw the visitors lose their last 6 wickets for a mere 15 runs. Needing 192 more runs to make the Red Force bat again, the CCC hopes of staging a comeback were dashed early as Pierre trapped overnight batsman Abin Nash Mahabir Singh for 14. Evelyn carried on to 50, but soon fell in identical fashion to Pierre, with the score on 116 for 3. The visitors, however, found brief respite in a 52-run stand between Paris and Jadiq Henry, 15, which stalled the Red Force bowlers. Leg spinner Yannick Carrier eventually broke the partnership when he dismissed Henry, and Pierre bowled Paris for 50, with the score on 192 for 5. From there, things went further south for the CCC, as Demario Richards was bowled for a golden duck, and the very next over, Kyle Corbin was adjudged LBW of Jidguli without adding a run. With CCC reeling, Pierre returned to mop up the tail with scalp of Abijay Mansingh 5 and Andre Bailey 3, before Gooley wrapped up the match by bowling OJ Shields for a duck. Gooley ended with 2 for 6. So scores in the match, Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, they would have made 504 for 6 declare in their first innings, and the combined campuses and colleges team, they would have made 222, and then the follow-on would have been enforced, and they would have made 207 in their second innings. Trinidad and Tobago won the match by an innings and 75 runs. Alright, so let's jump over to the Arnasville Stadium, where 18-year-old debutant leg spinner Tamarie Redwood starred with a 7-wicket haul as the Jamaica Scorpions secure a 178 runs victory over the Windward Islands Volcanoes on day 4. And the Volcanoes started the day on 65 for 1 of 28 overs, needing a further 355 for victory. The overnight pair of Stefan Pascal and Keran Katoy added a further 12 runs before Pascal went caught by wicketkeeper Daniel Beckford of the bowling of Redwood for 32 of 101 deliveries. Katoy was then joined by captain Sunil Ambrose, and the pair added 60 runs for the 3rd wicket before Katoy missed a straight volley from Javor Royal to fall for 31 of 80 deliveries in the 44th over. Ambrose and the new batter Shadrach Bescart then added 39 runs, and on the stroke of lunch, Redwood struck again with the wicket of Ambrose for a top score of 56 from 60 deliveries to leave the Windward 175 for 4 of 52.2 overs at the break. After the resumption, Descartes and Gian Benjamin brought the score up to 215 in the 61st over before the latter fell to Redwood for 23. Redwood then continued his dominance of the Volcanoes batting with the wicket of Ryan John for 1, Descartes for 47, Kenneth Demba for 8 to leave them on the brink of defeat at 239 for 8 in the 71st over. Gillan Tyson was the 9th man to fall, run out by Javel Glenn for 1 before Redwood removed Darius Martin for a duck to secure the win for the Scorpions. Redwood finished with the figures of 7 for 72 from 15.1 overs, while Jevor Royal finished with 2 for 81 from 27 overs. Now, scores in the match: the Jamaica Scorpions, they would have scored 337 in their first innings. The Windward Islands Volcanoes would have made 195 in their first innings. Jamaica Scorpions made 277 for 7 declare in their second innings, and the Windward Islands Volcanoes would have made 241 in their second innings. And Jamaica would have won that match by 178 runs. So that's a wrap of the first round. The winners of the first round would have been Jamaica Scorpions, the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, the Guyana Harpy Eagles, and the Leeward Islands Hurricanes. Please stay tuned to Gameyaaad TV as we will continue to provide roundups of the games. The second round will start in a few days from now. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.